See, there was no volume because I'm waiting for everybody to psst or get lost. Everyone's trying to figure out where to go today. I think the general consensus is to Aquina, also known as Gayhead here on Martha's Vineyard. Perhaps one of the most beautiful places on the planet. Yeah, let's see. I'll show you some pictures. Images. Ah, yes. Here's a good one. Yep. So this is where they're going. These are the clay cliffs of Gayhead or Aquina, Massachusetts. Beautiful place. One thing about is about shorting Bitcoin, and I said I'm shorting right here, right now, right. Let's see. I have to. Which way do I point? Yeah, like that. I have to do everything. I have to do everything backwards. I actually shorted at on Kraken 10,742. We were long. We were long on our last call, and which I just closed for about a 20% gain. And when I say we, what I'm talking about is the Bitcoin signal service by PatternCast. Yes, I am shilling my own shit. Although that is an oxymoron, you cannot shill your own stuff. If you're interested in the Bitcoin signals by PatternCast, you can pay in crypto. It is available at patterncast.com. Get in right now before I get back from vacation, and you'll get it for $349 for the year. Incredible price. Of course, on my first trade, I made that. Now I'm on this trade here, going short, which is going against the conventional wisdom I see when I search for Bitcoin on Google or on YouTube or any place else, and then look at the last day of results. First thing I see, Bitcoin going to 400,000. Now I'm not talking about in the next day or the next week or whatever. These signals are good for 4 days. So that's what I'm doing for the next 4 days. Until we get another signal that tells me otherwise, I am short Bitcoin. Wow, we get a lot of... Ernie, why is it called Gayhead? Well, there used to be a time where gay meant happy. Believe it or not. I'm just reading some of the comments here. That's right. So the closest I can get to wearing any kind of Bitcoin paraphernalia is to have a hat with a B on it. Of course, this, if you know anything about baseball, you'll know that this is not a Bitcoin hat. This is a Boston Red Sox hat because I am from the Boston area and Red Sox is in my veins. Although this year, I don't know if they're going to make it to the playoffs, even though they were the world champs last year. So we always have the Patriots to look forward to. But that's it. No Bitcoin sunglasses, no Bitcoin shirt, a B on my hat, and that's it. And it's not even for Bitcoin. So Gladiator is saying you shorted a minimal amount of BTC, right? Nothing major. Well, let me just say that in my crypto account, I'm short approximately. How much money do I have at work? Approximately 1/6 the size of the account, or about 18%, 18 to 20% of the account. That's how much I've taken and put into the short position in my crypto account. I don't look at this particular short as being super strong. The way we look at shorts here is kind of like vector math, vector physics, that has both direction and magnitude. And right now the direction is down, the magnitude is mediocre. So with that, yeah. So vacations for me are both. They're more like working vacations, because I never really stop working. I mean, somebody could argue that you don't work. There can be an argument made for that. And that this is all kind of like a hobby for you. No, it's not necessarily true. I work hard. And then I also work hard at not working. Let's see. All I says I will short 11.2 or 11.8. Well, which one is it? And what does 11.2 or 11.8 have to do with anything? Do you have any kind of reasoning behind that? The reasoning that we have behind this are the PatternCast calls that are doing a statistical analysis, looking at literally hundreds of thousands of potential patterns that have occurred over a wide range of instances over the past, however back our data goes. Currently, our data goes back about 5 years. And the results that we get from that, let's see if I can show you that. See if we can bring that on. Let's add that. We'll go to the window capture properties and see if we can add that in there. There you go. It's not the prettiest picture. There we are. So there you see 10,742. There were 28 occurrences of this pattern. Now, what does this pattern mean? B, D, E, G, J, K, N, P, R, T. We have no idea. That PatternCast has found 28 occurrences, of which 18, if you went long, I'm sorry, that should be net short. If you had went short, 64% of them, a little over 64% of them, would have turned out okay. So from that point of view, I can say that, okay, we definitely have a short bias, because if you went the long version, it's you would have been right about 11% of the time, something ridiculously low like that. In any case, it's definitely short. It's not overwhelmingly short. The median move for this pattern is over 1,000 points, so that's pretty significant. So we have about a standard deviation of these occurrences ending up net short being winners, with a median move about 1,200 points. That is pretty significant. So that is the reason why I am short. Why are you short? right, now I have to bring back that other picture.
She does.
There we go. The other picture. All eyes, what is my stop? I don't have a stop. My stop is, what I'm willing to risk. All right, what's the amount that I'm willing to risk on this particular account? Probably about 10% of the account because it's a very small account. If this was a larger account or say a medium-sized account, I might be willing to risk up to 5%. If it was a very large account, I might be willing to risk up to say 2%. But on this account, I'm probably willing to risk almost everything that I have, about half of everything that I have put on this particular trade. So that's the other thing, that this is very different from traditional trading, or what most retail traders understand as traditional trading, about this idea of setting a stop level. That is total bull. There is no stop level. There simply isn't. I don't know how you put a stop level on this. All I know is that PatternCast is saying go down. I'm going to follow along with going down, and then take into account the direction and magnitude of that call. Tomorrow there'll be another call. It may be neutral. It may continue to go down. If it does, then I'll stay with the down. If it has a very, very strong reversal, then I'll get out. That's how I'm playing this. All right, so I'm reading these comments again. Ernie, I will short that PatternCast. If it comes true in the next 4 days, I will sign up for it and get 2 others too. Well, thank you very much. But I don't know how you put all that confidence on one particular trade. What I can tell you is that so far, we've been successful on 4 out of 5 trades, I think it is, on the PatternCast service, and so that's good. 4 out of 5. We should more or less reach the same kind of performance that we reach on the normal PatternCast, which is using Forex futures and equities. Actually, I believe that the PatternCast for Bitcoin is going to be even more performant than the regular PatternCast, only because the volatility on Bitcoin is much higher. And so there are much more discernible patterns. And from my point of view, that is a huge strength. That is a huge plus for this system. Making this system, I think, one of the best values there is. So keep in mind, when I come back from vacation, that price is going up. It's going up. $3.49 you can pay in worthless fiat or with crypto. Link down below. So Demand Shock is saying, I enjoyed making $220 today with the Euro USD PatternCast signal. Thank you very much. While laying in the sun on Sardinia. I had a very nice walk this morning. Let's see. Can I bring that up? Can I bring it up? Where is my walk this morning? I might be able to bring it up. I know where I can get it. It will be on Instagram. Should be on Instagram. there yet. Well, anyways, I think we might have some. We may have some network problems here because the network really isn't that great here. Really, what I wanted to do. Trojan Health thinks 11,400 in a few days. Anything's possible, but again, like all eyes. What is your reasoning behind that? Just because is it just a feeling you have? What good are feelings? Feelings in this market do not work unless they are allowing you to make rational decisions. All I says 11.2 has some good previous resistance support. Again, I don't know what that's based on. Is it based on some silly lines you draw in a chart? Is it based on volume profile? Then I might have a little bit more confidence in that call. Right here, even from a volume profile perspective, I could say, yeah, it looks like we could pop up a little higher, maybe up to 10.9, and if we get up beyond there, it could get back up to 11.3, 11.4. But right here, we can just as easily go down to 10.5, down to 10.3. And in fact, the largest node from a volume profile point of view is at 10.3 below the current price. So to me, that looks like the biggest attractor. And then right below that is another fairly large node at 10.1. And after that, if we get down below that, it's a slippery slope. Now, one could also make the argument that we're in a big bear flag. You look at this. Let's see. Would you not think that this looks like a big ass bear flag? It does to me. That's what that looks like. That looks like a big ass bear flag. So if you're going to talk technical analysis, to me that makes more sense than anything. Ernie, describe BTC PatternCast. Do you release calls once a day or throughout? How many per day, time frame, and targets provided? I'm sure you already discussed it. Thanks. We do scans every day. We will be releasing trades or at least the results of those scans almost every day if we think that it's worth releasing. Sometimes we release it, and like I said, it's kind of like a vector call. It will have direction and magnitude of that direction. And the way we release it is in the form that I had shown just previously in this video. And that looks like, here, I'll show you. That looks like this. So it will show the entry, either the entry or whatever the close was that day, how many occurrences that pattern showed up over the past 5 years, and how many of those occurrences were good. Now, I have to fix that because that's I put out net long. It's actually a net short. That was a big mistake on my part. That's because I'm on vacation. So anyways, the call is net short. So what else can I say about the calls? PatternCast is a pattern recognition engine. The big difference is that most of the assets that we scan on that side of the service have much more data going back 2 decades. The best that we can do with Bitcoin is go back and get about 5 years of data across an aggregate of 4 different exchanges, 4 of the largest exchanges out there. And then from that, we can analyze that data, and it's fairly robust. So that's good. And so far, like I said, there's only been 5 calls. 4 out of 5 have been winners. This one will make 5 out of 6 if it turns out to be a winner. And we've been in operation now for a week and 3 days. So 4 out of 5, potentially 5 out of 6. So the one thing, all eyes, when you're looking at volume profile, and while you do have this big gap up here, you have to also look at what you believe is your overall bias, bullish or bearish. We're going to search out this node here, that bigger node here, than this node up here. All right, and with PatternCast giving me that signal, having seen or detected a pattern within this time frame, I am even more so convinced that we're going to go down. So in general, I just follow the PatternCast and then confirm it with the volume profile, and it makes perfect sense. All right, so hopefully all of that makes sense. I'm not going to spend too much more time on here because I got to get to the beach. And all I says, I can agree with that bearish bias, and I can see your playing out again on the sidelines for this trade. We'll see how it plays out. Cool. Well, I hope it works out and you become a member. I mean, I don't even know why you wouldn't become a member anyways. The price is so ridiculously low. If it performs anything close to what our other PatternCast thing is, that payment, that $349, is going to be one of the best investments you've made in a long time. So again, price is going way up when I get back from vacation. That's in 2 short weeks. I will be out here talking about Bitcoin moves for all of that the rest of that time. So if you like that, if you want to see more of that, share that with your buddies. Go down, click that like button, and share this video. Really appreciate it. But now I have to get back to the business of no business. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.